Question number 11, Jan Logie.
My question is to the Minister of Justice and asks, will she give full consideration to any recommendations the Law Commission makes on alternative trial processes when the Commission reports back?
The Honourable Judith Collins. Jan Logie.
Can she confirm that the Alternative Trial Processes report is no longer on the Law Commission's work programme and is on hold indefinitely, despite submissions being called for only 7 months ago and there having been decades of research showing that change is urgently needed to protect sexual abuse victims in our courts?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I can confirm that the Law Commission has a great body of work that it is working through. This is not the highest priority that it has, and I would have to say to the member that I share her concerns for particularly the victims of violent sexual abuse. However, we cannot have a system where there is a civil system or one particular system for those victims and the offenders or those who are accused, and then a completely different system if someone is accused of another terrible violent crime, such as murder or kidnapping.
Jan Logie.
Supplementary. So if she shares my concerns, why is this work programme on hold indefinitely, despite only 13% of sexual violence cases resulting in a conviction and 1 in 5 complainants backing out before the case is over?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Well, of course, Mr. Speaker, I share the concerns that the member has for the victims of crime. However, that does not mean that we should victimise others by way of having one particular trial process for one strand of offences and completely different trial processes for other streams. Now, I know that there has been quite a lot of work that's been done from various quarters on this, but at the end of the day, we do have a system where we have a common law system, and there's work that is being done and has been done, particularly around child witnesses, and that work is ongoing. It's currently with the Parliamentary Council for drafting. But this is not something where I believe we could have, and I could comment on or note some of the comments that Mr. Charles Chauvel has made on this very issue, when he has said, and certainly the Labour members have said for the Victims of Crime Reform Bill, where they said, we are mindful of the wisdom of warnings from the Chief Justice and others that any change...
Order, point of order. Point of order, Charles Chauvel.
Speaker, I'm delighted that the Minister sees fit to quote me with approval, but is it relevant to answering the question?
Order. I think that there's no need to be quoting. The Minister is not responsible for what Mr Chauvel may have said. Further supplementary question, Jan Logie.
Speaker. So, why is it off the programme, Minister, when you share my concern, when the submission and the Law Commission process, the inquisitorial aspect was only one small part of that whole piece of research, and when a Crown prosecutor describes the system as, quote, brutal, and every aspect of the complainant's character and conduct is questioned and exposed, and the likely outcome is not guilty. Considering this, will she request the Law Commission to put this work back on its programme and report back with recommendations by the end of the year?
The Honourable Judith Collins.
Mr. Speaker, no.
Question number 12, Chris Hipkins.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker,